I know it's really frustrating to have to adapt to a new normal again when we just got used to this normal and now we have to adapt to like a different normal. Hi everyone, my name is Minnie. Welcome back to Ming TV, where we talk about self-care so you can start showing up for yourself better. Today we are going to talk about going back to work after the lockdown is being lifted. I know in Malaysia a lot of us are allowed to go back to the workplace. However, I know a lot of us are actually feeling anxious. I thought I was the only one, but I pulled up a poll earlier today and a lot of you guys say you felt the same way. Why are we feeling this way? At the beginning of the lockdown, we wanted so badly to get out of this whole lockdown situation. But now that the whole lockdown situation is slowly being lifted up, we are actually feeling anxious. Why is that so? We are feeling unsettled because there are still so much of uncertainties outside. So we have no idea how does the new normal look like right now. I went out today to get something and I realized I was super anxious when I was driving and I didn't know what to expect, and when I reached the destination I was really careful with like what's going on. I was hyper alert. So this is why we are currently feeling anxious, because we have no idea what to expect when we go back to our workplace. Now secondly, we still feel unsafe. Although the numbers of new cases are dropping, there are still new cases reported daily. So being out there and knowing that the virus is still somehow out there makes us feel so much more anxious, because we feel like we are not safe, not 100% safe. It is normal and valid to feel scared, to be out there into the unknown. Now here are some ways that I've curated to hopefully help you ease into the transition a little bit better. Number one, make sure you check in with your work's updated policies. To help you gain more answers and security during the whole uncertainty, it is very helpful to ask your company, ask the HR team, what will be the new normal of the workplace. Ask in details about what can you expect from the workplace and what is expected from you as an employee going back to work. I know some people are going to work every alternative day. If they are feeling slightly unwell, they can take their off days and also really ask in depth about how will this whole situation look like, so that you gain a little bit more clarity. One of the most important things that I have learned having my own business and working for other companies and organizations is to not make assumptions. So voice out your concerns, voice out what you are, kind of bothering you. If you don't voice out what you need or what kind of support you need, they will never know what kind of support to provide you. So be open to discuss, and give constructive feedback about your workplace. My second tip is to ask about what are the safety precautions taken. We are all worried about our safety, no doubt. So ask your workplace or organization, how are they preventing and taking precaution on, making sure that the workplace is safe and secure. Some of the question may be helpful is, what are they doing to avoid overcrowding situation? And also probably sanitizing procedure, what are they doing to give you an idea of how it will look like. Now, the first and second tip is something that you can verbally ask for, but the third one, you have to work on yourself. So the third tip is to be really kind with your transition. I know it's really frustrating to have to adapt to a new normal again when we just got used to this normal and now we have to adapt to a different normal. Your schedule will be messed up, especially people who have other responsibilities, especially with kids, with an elderly at home. You will have to make adjustment again. I know that daycare and schools are not open yet, so there's a lot of adjustment to be made. So be really kind with your transition. One thing for sure is to be really realistic with the goals that you set during this transition. You may not be as productive as you want to, but that's okay because you are currently experiencing a new change again. I know it will be really frustrating to try to catch up with work, but know that your mental health and emotional well-being are equally as important. And I think overall, we should all redefine what does performing well and being productive means during this time. So make sure that you check in with yourself and don't set unrealistic expectations. For example, before this, maybe replying all emails in a day or within an hour is, productive for you. But right now, probably you will have to set a very different expectation with that. So just be a little bit mindful about your expectation towards yourself. And I think last but not least, check in with your well-being. Now, our body has already adapted to this really comfy stay-at-home lifestyle. Our diet has changed, sleep pattern has changed, workout schedule has changed, our whole life has changed according to the lifestyle that we've been practicing. So when we are transitioning out to this new normal again, our body takes time to adapt to these changes. So be a little bit more attentive. For example, make sure that you are still getting enough water intake, and also make sure that you still get enough sleep, and make sure that your diet does not drastically change. Know that when your body changes, it affects your mental health and your emotional well-being as well. Make sure that you have a community to talk about these struggles. When I pull up that poll, a lot of us are starting this conversation about why we're being so anxious about work, and it gives a sense of belonging, I think. And it also gives a sense of okay, I'm not the only one feeling this way, so that I don't feel in a way shameful for feeling this way, which we shouldn't be anyway. So have a group of people to talk about what you are going through, especially when 2-3 weeks down the transition, there will be a lot of different changes. So make sure you bring up those concerns and voice out and talk about it as often as you need. So that's it, guys. That's it for this video. I hope you are doing well. Let me know what are some of the concerns that you have during this transition back to work, or if you have already transitioned back to work, tell me what was difficult for you during this transition. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and until then, I'll see you next Sunday for another Self-Care Sunday video. Bye!
It is normal and valid to feel scared to be out there into the unknown. I have this urge to sink into the unknown from Frozen 2 right now. Into the unknown, into the unknown. Guys, this is what quarantine, kind of bring us